Let's talk about how to be a transformational leader. I'm going to share 9 practices that you can use to connect anywhere, anytime, with anyone in order to be an influential and transformational leader. So what does it mean to be a transformational leader? To me, the word transformation means that you're able to help people move from here to there, that you're able to inspire people to take action and to be in action in service of whatever it is you're up to. So a transformational leader is someone who's able to inspire people and elevate people to take action. And so for me, what that boils down to is the art of enrollment. How do you enroll people into your vision? How do you enroll people into stepping into taking action in service of whatever your vision is? So as a CEO of a company, you could be a transformational leader that inspires your employees to step up and step in and take action. As a political figure, you can be a transformational leader that inspires people to get out and rock the vote and have their voice be heard. You can inspire people to take action and serve and contribute. So being a transformational leader means inspiring people to take action, and not just in service of the greater good, but aligning those actions with what's good for them. So I've developed 9 practices that I believe form the foundation of mastering the art of enrollment. So the first practice is energy and emotion. So I talked about this in another video called How to Develop a Magnetic Personality. But in a nutshell, what this is we know that from the latest science that what we are doing at any given moment is we're projecting out our emotional state into the world. So mastering that emotional state that we're projecting out into the world is the first step of being a transformational leader. It's first leading yourself. We can't lead other people unless we're first leading ourselves effectively and congruently. So step 1 is learning to master the art of your emotional state and the energy that you're bringing and projecting into the world. The second piece of transformational leadership is having authority or status. Now, a lot of times, and I've seen this happen, especially with women, we can enter a situation and not want to be better than anybody or not want to be above anybody. And so we come into a situation at a peer level or even somewhat beneath people, and we kind of deprecate or self-deprecate or put ourselves down. Now that doesn't work for leadership. People want to be led by somebody that they believe has status and who knows what they're talking about and knows what they're doing and has a certain amount of authority in the area that they're leading them in. Showing up into a situation in your power and standing firm in your credibility and your authority and your status goes a long way toward helping other people feel trust towards you and that they can follow you and listen to you and do what you say. So that's the second piece, is stepping in with authority and empowerment. The third part of transformational leadership is mastering the art of building rapport with people. And building rapport with people is meeting people where they're at and connecting with them exactly where they are. So what that means is stepping into a situation and meeting people at the energy that they're in and helping to shift and transform or maybe elevate their energy. And that's called pacing and leading. And that's a term from neuro-linguistic programming, from NLP, which is all about how to be a more masterful influencer. So building rapport with people looks like showing up in a situation and not being completely out of sync with what's going on. So for example, if you're showing up on a call where you want to be an influencer, you want to be a transformational leader, and everybody on the call is super depressed and sad and struggling, and you show up all rah, motivational, high energy, you're not going to build rapport with that group. So what you'd want to do is pay attention and listen to what's actually happening, what's the emotional state of the group, and come down into that state and meet that group where they are and develop rapport. And then from that place of having rapport, then you can start to help elevate people. So that's the third element of transformational leadership, is building rapport and knowing how to pace and lead people to where you want to go. The fourth element is alignment. Now, if you've watched any of my videos, then you know that I use this word a lot, and it's probably my favorite word at the moment, because alignment is about congruence and authenticity and really being true to yourself in your expression in the world. A transformational leader is not pretending to be somebody they're not. They're not acting a certain way in order to be a leader and then going home and being a completely other way when they're with their family or behind closed doors. Truly transformational leader is fully authentic and even transparent to some degree, and is actually can even be vulnerable, which brings me to my next point, which is a transformational leader is vulnerable and shares his or her story in a way that other people can connect and relate. Being a transformational leader doesn't mean pretending that you always have the answers or that you're always perfect, right? People actually connect more and are inspired more by someone who shares their vulnerability and shows how they've overcome their challenges. Another part of being a transformational leader is having a compelling vision that we can enroll people into. Mastering this art of enrollment means sharing your vision in a way that resonates with people, that activates people, that has them say, oh yeah, I want to be a part of that. I want to participate in that. So, whereas an old school kind of authoritative leader would lead by saying, hey, I'm the boss, you have to do what I say. The new style of transformational leader is saying, hey, look at this vision that I have. Don't you want to be a part of this? And knowing that some people are not going to be a fit and they will fall away, and some people are going to be so jazzed and so energized and so excited to be part of this vision that they'll step in and take up the slack. The seventh component of someone who's a master of enrollment and a transformational leader is someone who has a commitment and a devotion and is congruently stepping in and showing the actions that he or she wants the people to follow. In other words, it's not saying, all right, I'm going to go do this over here and you better go do that over there. A truly transformational leader is willing to step in and do the work and be aligned and congruent with the message that they're asking other people to do. And so a truly transformational leader shows their commitment through their actions and does the practices needed to be worthy of being a leader. So a transformational leader is not someone who's saying one thing and doing another, but who's truly walking the talk. A transformational leader understands the importance of a call to action, of a now, let's do this. What's the action that needs to get taken? It's not about just talking and theorizing and being very abstract. It's about what's the doing part. Like now that you're enrolled, now that we have rapport, now that you're enrolled in the vision, now that you've seen that I'm vulnerable and you understand my story and you understand how I can show you a better way, what is it that we're going to actually do? So a transformational leader has a plan of action that people can get involved in and get behind. And the final and last and sometimes most important part of being a transformational leader, and for me has been one of the most challenging parts, is to tell the truth. Meaning is to tell people when something doesn't align or isn't up to the standards of the mission or of my standards. So in other words, being someone who's willing to hold people to account and hold their feet to the fire to keep the promises that they made. It's someone who's unwilling to turn a blind eye when things are not being done right. It's someone who's willing to have the hard conversations and to say, look, we need to talk about this even when it's challenging or when it's gonna hurt. So those are the 9 components of being a masterful enroller in your vision and being a transformational leader. If you want more content like this and you want to learn how you can be a leader in your business and your life and build a life that's more aligned with your values, your mission, your purpose, and your lifestyle, then download my free Monetize Your Magic playbook. You can get that by clicking on the link below, and I just know that it's a game changer for you. So enjoy.